Homestuck was an era of fandom that has been immortalized due to its insane lore, and the general acceptance of Homestuck enjoyers being a little unhinged led to tall tales such as the Homestuck Sharpie bath. However, instead of just rehashing this beloved fable, I want to turn your attention to the overshadowed Homestuck spit bucket. Now, within the world of Homestuck, buckets to trolls can be seen in the same way as both an aphrodisiac and also a specimen cup at the doctor's. You see, the trolls in Homestuck typically reproduce in Alternia by filling up a bucket, assigned as either mate sprit or kismesis, and they have to fill this bucket up with their reproductive fluid. Said fluid is then mixed together in a slurry and then fed to Mother Grub, who then produces litters of trolls. And so you can start to fathom why the wider Homestuck community watched in horror as a video was uploaded of Homestuck cosplayers sitting in a restaurant passing around a plastic Halloween bucket and spitting into it.
This is the making of Nick Cage.
Now, according to this re-upload, the original video was titled "Slobs in Bad Homestuck Cosplay Spit in a Bucket in a Public Place." And in this over 4-minute long upload, we can see a murky brown bucket of spit being passed between 6 or so cosplayers. Now, I am somebody who does not get grossed out easily, but I kid you not, watching this video, especially whilst eating lunch and scripting, it made me feel nauseous. The crunchy video quality only adds to the puke brown slurry that is being sloshed about and shown to the camera. And as you can tell by the setting, this bucket was filled and filmed in a public restaurant. Initially stated to be Olive Garden, which I actually think is a Homestuck in-joke, this restaurant was apparently later identified by one commenter as a Boston Pizza. Once said aforementioned bucket is filled, one of the cosplayers at the end of the table ends up taking it and tucking it by their feet on the floor. Here's hoping that it was just disposed of in a bathroom or a sink or a drain outside, because I'm telling you now, if I was one of the minimum wage workers at Boston Pizza and a bunch of cosplayers spilt a bucket of spit on the floor on my shift, I would quit. I would quit on the spot. Now, the aftermath of this video going viral allegedly led to a lot of the cosplayers involved being harassed and bullied online. And look, I'm not going to pretend that the spit bucket doesn't haunt my thoughts with its colour and consistency. After all, it is a really gross thing to do in a restaurant, and it's really disrespectful and unthoughtful to do it in public anyway. But I also think that in this instance, the punishment just doesn't fit the crime. Realistically, how many of us as teenagers or beginner cosplayers did something cringy or regrettable on camera? Again, don't get me wrong, this video is gross and inconsiderate, and I do feel sorry for the waitstaff who probably picked up on what was happening and felt obliged to be polite. But realistically, provided that that bucket was disposed of properly, nobody was hurt, nobody was massively inconvenienced. It was just another crappy day on shift for the people working there. And for those cosplayers, up until it became a viral incident, it was probably just a fun memory.